An overview of Stoicism and its influence on contemporary existence. Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. In a world that incessantly attempts to control our emotions, contemplate and execute, envision wielding the ability to attain inner tranquility and contentment. Irrespective of the conditions surrounding you, that is not merely potent, it is transformative. It concerns seizing control, not of the world, but of something significantly more crucial and entirely under our grasp, our own intellects. Stoicism imparts resilience, gratitude, and the principles of leading a fulfilled existence. This is not merely a historical lesson. It pertains to you and your current existence. It pertains to confronting the tumult of contemporary society while maintaining composure. It pertains to discovering tranquility amidst chaos and joy in the most elementary aspects of life. It concerns converting your mornings from a source of dread into a formidable launchpad. For a day imbued with purpose and delight, should you have ever experienced feelings of overload. Amidst the clamor of existence, if you have ever endeavored to attain a moment of tranquility, or if you are merely inquisitive about the insights of antiquity, it may serve as your clandestine advantage in the 21st century. Remain engaged, as this could be the video that transforms your perspective. Let us explore the Stoic strategies that can assist us in crafting not merely a morning routine, but a life imbued with intention, resilience, and authentic happiness. I request that you concentrate fully on this video from beginning to end. If you have arrived at this point, you are distinct from the majority. You are an exceptional individual who pursues profundity and insight. Your commitment to thoroughly assimilating this knowledge distinguishes you even more. This may appear to be an elaborate term, but it is in fact a very straightforward concept originating from Japan. 1. Identify your Ikigai. Uncovering purpose. Each morning, it pertains to identifying the optimal intersection of your passions, abilities, and social demands. Your distinctive purpose is defined by the intersection of what you can be compensated for. Envision awakening each morning invigorated by a distinct mission that exhilarates you. Something that inspires the contemplation of disregarding the snooze button is inconsequential. Marcus Aurelius was not solely concerned with this matter. Persevering through life's adversities with composure, he was profoundly committed to the belief that we all have a role to fulfill. To make a significant contribution, he encouraged us to treat each day as an opportunity to execute our responsibilities with integrity and fervor within the framework of Ikigai. It is not solely about discovering your passion, it is also about harmonizing it with the demands of the world. Identifying your strengths is where the magic occurs, but how does one begin to discover their Ikigai? Commence with introspection. Inquire within, what are my passions? What are my strengths? What does society require from me? What skills can I monetize? It is acceptable if the solutions do not arrive immediately. This pertains to the voyage, investigating many aspects of your life and interests to identify their intersections. This pursuit of your Ikigai is not merely a superficial, feel-good endeavor. It pertains to establishing the groundwork for a life abundant in significance and fulfillment. When you match your daily behaviors with your profound purpose, even the banal routines acquire significance. Your relationships begin to thrive as you become more present and engaged, and your creativity escalates. Because you are in harmony with your genuine passions and general well-being, it transforms into a persistent friend rather than transient visitor as you contemplate setting your alarm. Contemplate the significance of Ikigai for you by tomorrow morning. What might be so appealing that it captivates your interest? You would spring from bed enthusiastic to commence the day. Recall that this is not about instantaneous transformation. It is a process of gradual revelation, as Marcus Aurelius would remind us. It pertains to performing the tasks diligently and honorably on a daily basis. Discovering your Ikigai transcends just personal contentment. It encompasses the acceptance of your place within the broader tapestry of existence, adding your distinctive thread to the continually developing narrative of humanity. The ancient Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius, emphasized the significance of our acts. Actions ought to be deliberate, not haphazard gestures cast without thought, but rather thoughtful actions guided by our core values. 2. Prepare the previous evening, establishing the foundation for achievement. This philosophy elegantly influences our daily preparations. The quality of your morning commences the night prior. Given your nighttime activities, it is enticing to indulge in binge-watching your preferred series, till the early hours, or peruse social media until your vision becomes indistinct. However, let us pause to contemplate how this prepares you for the subsequent day. Your brain requires time to relax, assimilate the day's occurrences, and rejuvenate for future endeavors. That is where a robust pre-sleep regimen becomes essential. Envision approaching your nighttime routine with the equivalent care and intention as you would afford to any other significant facet of your life. This pertains not to stringent self-discipline that diminishes the pleasure of your evenings, but rather to establishing an environment that fosters support. Aligning with your goals for the following day, such as limiting screen time an hour before bed, improves your well-being. It is not about depriving oneself of relaxation. Rather, it is about signaling to your mind that it is time to unwind, facilitating the process of falling asleep and awakening rejuvenated by preparing in advance for the next day. It can also be transformative. It may be as straightforward as noting your 3 primary priorities for the following day. This action unequivocally establishes a definite trajectory, guaranteeing that you awaken with a sense of purpose. Herein is the brilliance of the Stoic mindset. It emphasizes the recognition of what is under our control. While relinquishing what is beyond our control, we may not be able to govern every aspect of our day. However, we can undoubtedly affect how we initiate it, and let us not overlook the importance of deep breathing, or meditation to soothe the mind. This practice is not mere superficiality. It is a potent mechanism that indicates to your body that it is time to repose. Deep inhalation and gentle exhalation assist in alleviating stress and decreasing heart rate. Prepare your body for profound restorative sleep. It is like activating the reset button, assuring you awaken not only physically rejuvenated but also intellectually and emotionally revitalized. In today's perpetually connected world, this may appear to be a formidable challenge. However, it is essential for establishing. The tone of your entire day is established in the initial moments of your morning, uncontaminated by the incessant din of emails and social media alerts. Amidst the incessant news cycle, it is merely you, your reflections, and the tranquil stillness of daybreak. It is not merely refreshing, it is empowering. Marcus Aurelius was a staunch proponent. For living with purpose and concentration, he remained undistracted by the notifications of ancient Rome. 3. Minimize morning distractions. Cultivating tranquility. He experienced numerous distractions, yet he prioritized emphasizing the significance of focusing on the present moment and the current task. He recognized a concept that is highly pertinent today, the quality of one's attention. Assesses the quality of your life. Hence, how can we implement this old wisdom in contemporary society? Initially, it involves establishing a morning environment deliberately devoid of digital temptations. This is not about rejecting technology, but rather about choosing not to let it determine the commencement of your day. It is alluring to turn over and promptly check your phone. However, this immediately places you in a reactive state. Instead of reacting to the pressures and turmoil of the external world, grant yourself the gift of a tranquil beginning. Envision allocating the initial hour of your day to pursuits that enrich your spirit and enhance your intellect, perhaps through reading, meditation, or journaling, or perhaps savoring a cup of coffee while observing the view outside. This is not time squandered. It is an investment in your well-being. By circumventing distractions, you are not merely evading stress. You are actively cultivating a reservoir of tranquility and concentration that you will utilize throughout the day. Maximizing your mornings does not entail augmenting your to-do list. It involves eliminating extraneous noise that is unhelpful and focusing on what is genuinely significant. Prior to the onset of demands vying for your attention, here is where the Stoic practice of concentrating on what lies within your control becomes pertinent. When it arises, you may find it challenging to manage the influx of emails awaiting your attention. However, you may dictate the manner and timing of your engagement with them tomorrow. Challenge yourself to commence the day according to your own preferences. Resist the temptation to immerse yourself in the digital realm. Initially, ground yourself in the present moment, appreciating the tranquility and possibilities. The morning signifies that each day presents a new opportunity to live with greater intention, with greater tranquility, and in greater alignment with your aspirational self. Let's use the enduring tenets of Stoicism to transform our mornings into a tribute to that goal. and the steadfast concentration on what is genuinely significant. At its essence, Stoicism involves recognizing what lies within our control and engaging with virtue and purpose in those domains. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus were not merely engaging in discourse. Persevering through life's adversities with Stoicism, they were promoting a proactive approach. 4. Awaken regularly. The significance of routine. Active participation in life, assuming control over our actions and thinking, and maintaining persistent wakefulness. As a practice that exemplifies this idea, it signifies our assertion of control over how we commence our day free from the influence of caprices or external influences, constructing a life in accordance with Stoic principles, methodically, and with satisfaction in each endeavor. It is a potent metaphor that underscores the notion that significant transformations commence with minor actions. Consistent acts such as awakening at the same time each morning may appear trivial. It is a fundamental habit that establishes the groundwork for all other activities, aimed at fostering a steady foundation for your day. Where you commence your day not in haste upon awakening, but rather with a sense of control and purpose, which are essential. Nevertheless, maintaining consistency proves to be difficult. The initial attempts to awaken at a consistent hour each morning may seem like a formidable challenge. Your bed feels exceptionally comfy, and the allure of pressing the snooze button one more time is irresistible. The allure can be compelling. This is where the Stoic principle of perseverance is applicable. It is essential to remind oneself of the reasons for undertaking this endeavor, and to recognize the individual one is evolving into through this practice. It involves transcending momentary comfort and concentrating on long-term advantages. This practice will transform your life. Becoming a morning person transcends merely the mornings themselves. It pertains to embodying the attributes that render you resilient, focused, and intentional throughout the day. It is an exercise in self-discipline, harmonizing your behaviors with your principles, by nurturing the lifestyle you aspire to achieve, one morning at a time. To cultivate consistency as an ally, commence by establishing a clear intention the preceding night. Reflect on the significance of awakening at a designated hour. Is it to secure additional tranquility during the morning hours? For reading or meditation, is it to engage in exercise or merely to commence your day? Establish a setting that fosters this behavior in a more relaxed and controlled manner. Perhaps it involves retiring to bed earlier to guarantee adequate sleep or leaving your curtains slightly ajar. Allow the natural light to awaken you gradually, and when challenges arise, recall the Stoic conviction in the strength of our autonomy and the significance of adhering to our ideals each morning upon awakening at our designated time. You are not merely commencing your day, you are reaffirming a commitment to your personal development and to leading a life of intention and purpose. 5. Adopt a relaxed approach. Cultivating self-compassion in the midst of discussions regarding discipline, consistency, and rising with the sun. It is essential to remember that we are human, and being human signifies our inherent beauty. Intricate organisms with cerebral structures that frequently favor the path of minimal effort. The path of rapid enjoyment. This is exactly why initiating new behaviors and transforming our mornings may initially seem like a formidable challenge. But there is an undeniable sense of liberation in recognizing this reality. It is not a deficiency, it is only an aspect of the human experience. Let us now incorporate Stoicism into this concept, which emphasizes the significance of self-discipline, empathy and comprehension in conjunction with its demands for discipline and fortitude. In his own writings, Marcus Aurelius frequently admonished himself to exercise patience. Being compassionate of his own failings, he understood that chastising oneself for every misstep did not provide a pathway to advancement. Rather, he championed the acknowledgement of our mistakes. Acquiring knowledge from them and subsequently releasing them is essential. When attempting to establish new morning rituals or any habit, the initial days or even weeks can be challenging when your alarm sounds, and every fiber of your being yearns to remain enveloped in the warmth of your bed. There will be occasions when you succumb to that impulse. This is acceptable. The crucial factor is your subsequent action. Do you engage in self-reproach, descending into a cycle of guilt and self-criticism? Or do you pause to inhale, absolve yourself, and perceive the subsequent morning as a renewed opportunity to endeavor once more? Forgiveness and self-patience are not manifestations of weakness. Rather, they signify strength and wisdom. They signify our commitment to enduring the journey, prepared to adeptly manage the fluctuations with poise. This Stoic practice of self-compassion pertains to comprehending our inherent nature, engaging with it, and subtly guiding ourselves toward the habits and lifestyle we desire. Furthermore, adopting a relaxed approach does not entail making excuses or permitting oneself to consistently fail to meet our objectives. It underscores the need to acknowledge that growth is a gradual process, characterized by learning curves and setbacks. It involves recognizing that each new day presents a fresh array of challenges and opportunities, embodying this daily regeneration. That we discover our power and resilience when you endeavor to embrace those early mornings. When adopting a new habit, be gentle with yourself and acknowledge the minor achievements. Derive lessons from failures and confront each day with a spirit prepared to persevere. 6. Minor acts of discipline. Cultivating a virtuous existence. This goes beyond merely becoming a morning person. It involves fostering a mindset that is adequately prepared to confront life's adversities with a combination of resolve and compassion. Contemplate the straightforward action of positioning your alarm clock across the room. It transcends mere practicality. Rendering it physically more challenging to postpone waking signifies a declaration and a commitment to commence the day according to your own preferences. To rise despite the pleasure of the bed's embrace is a minor act of resistance against the inertia of rest and comfort that facilitates a deliberate approach to the day, equivalent to the act of making your bed. Each morning may seem like a mundane process, particularly when you are the sole observer. It transcends mere smoothing of sheets and fluffing of pillows. It is an exercise in attentiveness. In acknowledging that your surroundings and your interactions with them are significant, it pertains to establishing an environment that embodies the discipline and reverence you are nurturing within yourself. These minor triumphs, as Marcus Aurelius would undoubtedly contend, constitute the foundational elements of a disciplined existence. They are the quotidian decisions that, although easily disregarded, collectively shape our character. Each time you engage in these minor actions, you are affirming your preference for the kind of individual you aspire to become. You are opting to embody an individual who prioritizes discipline, order, and self-respect, as well as regard for one's surroundings. However, why concentrate on these minor actions if they are accessible to all? Not all individuals possess the ability to govern the significant occurrences in their lives, including upheavals and unforeseen developments. However, we can regulate our responses to the commencement of each day and the manner in which we engage with our immediate environment. We prepare ourselves for future challenges. This exemplifies Stoicism in practice, concentrating on what we can manage and relinquishing what we cannot. These practices are not solely aimed at fostering discipline for its own sake. Rather, they are intended to cultivate a mindset that is adequately prepared for life's more significant obstacles. If you can adhere to these minor acts of discipline, you are conditioning yourself to honor your obligations in more substantial domains. You are enhancing your capacity to persevere and maintain composure in the face of challenges, and to engage with life possessing a composed and collected manner, attributes that characterize the Stoic ideal. As you contemplate the significance of discipline in your life, begin with modest steps. Seek out daily opportunities to exercise self-control and maintain order. It is within these instances that growth occurs. In the tranquility of the morning, when you choose to awaken and confront the day with purpose, your character is shaped. 7. Accountability, partners, collaborating on the journey. These activities are not only jobs or tasks, they are rituals that imbue your day with significance. Infuse your existence with a feeling of purpose and significance. The concept is straightforward yet significantly influential. Sharing your objectives with another individual who is a support system that also ensures accountability can greatly enhance your likelihood of success. It converts an individual experience into a collective endeavor, facilitating the achievement of your morning ritual. And finally, render your life's mission less intimidating and more pleasurable. Consider your accountability partner as your ally in the quest for self-improvement. This individual serves to remind you of your obligations when the comfort of your bed becomes overwhelming. It is reassuring to depart in the early hours, as they provide encouragement when advancement appears sluggish. Celebrate your successes, regardless of their magnitude. This relationship is reciprocal. It has to do with giving and receiving encouragement based on the understanding that everyone is trying to become the best versions of themselves, as the Stoics, particularly Marcus, demonstrated. Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus frequently underscore the significance of community and relationships in character and virtue formation. They believed in the efficacy of shared wisdom, in mutual learning, and in the fortitude derived from the awareness of shared hardships. Identifying an accountability partner in contemporary society reflects this enduring insight, acknowledging that the pursuit of self-discipline and purpose is an individual endeavor. It need not be solitary. Also, an accountability companion can assist you in recognizing blind spots, aspects of your habit or methodology that you may overlook. They can provide novel viewpoints and ideas that can aid your development in unforeseen manners. This collaboration encompasses more than only inquiring whether you arose punctually or adhered to your morning meditation practice. It involves participating in substantive discussions regarding what is effective, what is not, and how both parties may mutually provide assistance. In establishing adjustments, how does one identify an accountable partner? Seek an individual that aligns with your dedication to personal development and self-enhancement. This individual may be a friend, a family member, or a colleague. The essential factor is to select somebody you trust, with whom you can communicate openly and honestly regarding your objectives. Articulate your aspirations on the obstacles and accomplishments encountered once you identify that individual. What type of support do you require? Establish regular check-ins and provide mutual assistance, providing motivational guidance and, when required, a subtle prompt to realign focus. 8. Memento mori. Acknowledging the significance of each day, securing an accountability partner entails more than mere external drive. It pertains to cultivating a connection that motivates and elevates both parties. It concerns the establishment of a communal environment where honesty, vulnerability, and mutual assistance are esteemed and cultivated. In this context, your morning rituals and overarching life objectives become interconnected in a collaborative endeavor to cultivate a more purposeful discipline and fulfilling existence. The Stoic habit of contemplating mortality serves as a catalyst, urging us to conduct our lives with purpose and direction. It urges us to refrain from wasting time on unimportant matters and to focus on establishing a significant legacy. Each morning upon awakening, we are afforded a new opportunity to connect with life meaningfully, to make a constructive impact on our surroundings, and to seek personal development and satisfaction. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently contemplated the ephemeral essence of existence, highlighting the significance of virtuous living and optimizing our limited time. This was not intended to be melancholic. Rather, it was a liberating realization that liberated him from trivial matters and let him concentrate on his responsibilities as emperor. As a human endeavoring for virtue, the concept is to maintain a focus on the ultimate goal. We are more inclined to lead purposeful and clear lives by prioritizing essential matters. Considering relationships of genuine significance, contemplating mortality within the framework of our morning rituals revolutionizes our daily approach. It is not only another day, it is a day that we have been bestowed, one that is not assured to anyone. This realization can significantly influence our time allocation choices. The endeavors we undertake, the connections we cultivate, and the heritage we aim to establish serve as a reminder to embrace life wholeheartedly, to love profoundly, and to enhance the world beyond our initial encounter. Furthermore, this Stoic discipline aids in preserving perspective during life's unavoidable obstacles and disappointments. When we acknowledge the finitude of our time, daily irritations and impediments diminish significantly in their influence on us. We develop greater resilience, enhance our concentration on long-term objectives, and diminish the likelihood of becoming distracted. It is a discipline that cultivates gratitude for the present situation and inspires us to make the most of it, despite temporary difficulties. How can we integrate this Stoic idea into our daily lives by commencing with a minute of contemplation? 9. Engage in negative visualization. Anticipating difficulties. Each morning, regard the day ahead as a blank canvas, presenting an opportunity for contribution. Reflect constructively on your life narrative and its impact on individuals in your vicinity. Pose this inquiry to yourself. If this were my final day, would I take pride in how I am choosing to spend it? This does not imply residing in a perpetual state of existential crisis, but rather fostering a profound gratitude for the present moment and the chance to exist, acquire knowledge, and experience affection. By adopting the Stoic practice of contemplating mortality, we are not fixating on the conclusion of life. However, focusing on the present and our daily choices serves as a potent remedy for complacency and a reminder to live our lives with intention, purpose, and thankfulness. Let us welcome each dawn with the recognition that it is a gift, an opportunity to cultivate a life abundant in significance and congruent with our fundamental ideals. This encapsulates the essence of Stoic living, to optimize our limited time on this planet to establish a lasting legacy. We are frequently advised to concentrate on the positive in order to envision success and happiness, to entice them into our lives. But the Stoics, in their vast wisdom, provide an alternative viewpoint that is both pragmatic and profoundly empowering. Negative vision is not indicative of pessimism. Rather, it serves as a mechanism for fostering resilience, preparation, and ultimately increased tyranny of the current. The core of this practice is to periodically envision the challenges, losses, or difficulties one may encounter in life. These may encompass trivial disturbances, such as a missing bus or inclement weather, to more substantial adversities such as the loss of employment or a cherished individual. The objective is not to contemplate these eventualities in a manner that fosters worry or anxiety. You should mentally simulate your response to similar scenarios should they occur. This visualization process emotionally and mentally prepares you, rendering you less vulnerable to disruption. Of course, due to life's unavoidable ups and downs, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus assert that by reflecting on the transitory essence of all things, despite external circumstances, we may foster a profound sense of tranquility and fortitude. This activity teaches us to concentrate on our controllable responses. Our thoughts and actions, by integrating negative vision into your morning routine, can significantly influence your daily approach prior to leaving your residence. Oblivious to the prospective obstacles ahead, you are mentally prepared to confront them. 10. Conclude with appreciation, contemplating the day's blessings. It resembles a cognitive training session that fortifies your resilience, preparing you for life's inevitable challenges. You had already imagined this scenario in your head, so you're not surprised, and can utilize your pre-visualized ways to navigate through it. Furthermore, this activity possesses an aesthetic quality. It produces a slightly contradictory effect by boosting our appreciation for the present moment. By envisioning life devoid of some elements we often take for granted, we return to reality with a revitalized perspective. Gratitude for them serves as a reminder of the abundance for which we should be thankful in this time. This is not about succumbing to the fear of loss, but rather about utilizing the contemplation of it to enhance our appreciation for the present moment. What are the methods for practicing negative visualization in a healthy and constructive manner? Begin with a few moments in the morning to reflect on probable problems for the day or bigger future prospects. Envision your optimal response and identify the qualities you would leverage. Identify the lessons you can derive and the ways you can develop from the event, then relinquish the visualization. And continue with your day, possessing a sense of readiness and a heightened appreciation pertaining to your present situation. Integrating thankfulness into our lives, particularly when we conclude our day, may have a profound influence on our well-being and perspective. Maintaining a thankfulness notebook is an elegantly straightforward practice. A very great method to foster this sense of appreciation is dedicating a few moments before sleep to contemplate the day and record several aspects for which we are thankful, which may include a benevolent act. A stunning sunset from an unfamiliar individual signifies the fulfillment of a tough endeavor. Perhaps merely the solace of our bed poised to envelop us after a lengthy day. The practice of documenting our gratitude redirects our attention from what is absent in our life. To the existing abundance, it is a practice that harmonizes seamlessly with Stoic principles. This underscores the importance of concentrating on our possessions, rather than our deficiencies and on what lies within our power. This shift in viewpoint not only facilitates a restful night's sleep, liberated from the chaos of unmet aspirations or persistent discontent. However, it also prepares our thoughts to commence the following day with a sense of purpose and gratitude. Ending the day with appreciation is beneficial since it enables us to conclude our day on a positive note. Notwithstanding the hardships we may have had, it serves as a means of emphasizing the positive aspects of our existence, of discovering tranquility amidst chaos and cultivating a perspective that perceives potential, for development and happiness in any situation. Through this nightly practice of thankfulness induces a ripple effect that impacts not only our sleep patterns, but also our awakening and morning routines. It alters our initial reactions to the day from lamentations over the alarm clock to a serene expectation of the opportunities that lie ahead. What fresh aspects we may uncover to express gratitude for, in addition to this practice of valuing our existence, transcends our individual realm, thereby enriching our interactions. As we grow increasingly aware of the worth of others in our vicinity and more articulate in our gratitude, their presence in our life enhances our connection to the world. When we grow increasingly aware of and appreciative of the beauty and marvels that envelop us sometimes during the most ordinary occasions, when we reflect on the myriad of techniques to enhance our mornings and consequently our lives, let us not underestimate the significance of concluding our day with appreciation. It is a practice that encapsulates Stoicism, the quest for a fulfilling existence characterized not by external accomplishments or monetary wealth, but by inner tranquility, satisfaction, and a profound gratitude for the present time as we conclude this exploration of the 10 tactics influenced by Stoicism. It is evident that each step in practice transcends mere task completion. It is a means to foster a life characterized by intention, resilience, and deep gratitude. Adopting these rules does not guarantee perfection each day, but it does imply that each day will encounter a more robust, appreciative, and resilient version of yourself. You possess the capability to modify not only your mornings, but your entire existence, becoming a manifestation of the Stoic principles of virtue, knowledge, and contentment. Bear in mind that this is merely the inception. An entire realm of Stoic wisdom awaits exploration, prepared to assist you in achieving a more significant and gratifying existence if you have discovered this trip and are intrigued to explore Stoicism more. I urge you to explore our playlist displayed on the screen. It is replete with insights, narratives, and pragmatic advice to assist you in fully embracing the profundity of Stoic philosophy. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel for additional content, and kindly leave your comments. Share your experiences as we embark on this road of growth, resilience, and fulfillment together. Here's to mornings imbued with purpose, days lived with intention, and a life overflowing with thankfulness. Thank you for watching and subscribing to The Stoic Mind, helping you grow one day at a time. See you next time.